Tell me you feel it. The connection between us. You mean nothing to me.
However dark and scary the world might be right now, there will be light.
A dark hero will rise. I want to be the star of the show.
What are you gonna do to me?
I'm gonna drive you mad.
All it takes is one bad day to reduce the sanest man to lunacy. My twin obsessions, rebuilding Gotham and rebuilding you, are one and the same. Gotham falls, we rise. Today's the big day.
What's going on? Who are these people?
Whatever do you mean, Bruce?
We're your parents.
Let's get you spruced up. After all, we have a guest.
Welcome home, Bruce.
Oh, Mr. Jeremiah, a cake. How exceedingly kind of you. Is it Italian meringue?
It's the night my parents were killed, and I'm giving you the chance to experience it all over again. Alfred, it's time for dinner. Chop chop, we're on a very tight schedule. What was it like losing your parents that night?
Stop! You don't have to do this!
If I can't have you as a brother, then we'll just have to be bonded by hatred.
No!
Here we are, the theater where your mommy and daddy took you to see The Mark of Zorro. Isn't this the part where you asked your parents to leave? If you had conquered your fear, maybe your parents would still be alive.
Jeremiah! Show yourself!
This ends tonight. No, Bruce. Now it begins.
You need me! I'm the answer to your life's question! Without me, you're just a joke! Without a punchline.
So you guys just saw the Chemical Green Band trailer. For those of you wondering, yesterday I filmed like that first normal promo we have week to week. First hours and hours before it came out, before I post that first. Wait until today, and here we are with the breakdown. Now that was a very cool trailer. I'll go over it in this video, obviously. Now, a lot of stuff we have kind of seen before, but there is some exciting stuff, which of course I will point out to you guys. But first of all, I do want to talk about the final look for Mr. J, or what happens. It's kind of hard to talk about without spoiling it for too many people who do not want to watch it. But what I do want to say is that there is a final look for Jay, shall we say, that has been leaked online. I think you guys should stay away from it. I am not showing it in this video. I just think like this is such a shame. I feel sorry for Cameron Monaghan. I feel bad for him just because he finally, like, out of all of these years, gets to give his kind of J take without them calling him the Joker. And I guess he was really looking forward to that 10-year time jump in episode 12 for that to be revealed. So when like a shoddy kind of blurry-esque photo of his look gets revealed, you get a lot of people judging. So what I would say to you guys is that reserve judgment. Fair enough, you might not like the look, but try and imagine what you might have thought when you saw that in live action for the first time, combined with his performance. It might not have seemed as distasteful to you, like quite a lot of people are saying. So yeah, I know that was kind of a gloomy start to this video, and I know some of you might now just go and search for that. Fair enough. You could argue I shouldn't have said anything, but I do want to warn you overall, like, don't look at it. Save yourself the spoiler for the time jump, you know. Anyway, guys, moving on, this trailer does show, as I said, a lot of stuff we've kind of seen before. You know, they've been promoting this episode for quite a while in the movie kind of cinematic trailer quite a while back now. Then we've had other promos. We had the promo for next week's episode, which I went over yesterday. I do recommend watching that anyway, just because I go over some of the promo photos, and there are a couple of other bits that you don't actually see in this trailer, I believe. But this trailer does show some like little glimpses of the 10-year time jump as well. But before I get into all of that, guys, be sure to subscribe to this channel if you want to stay up to date with everything Gotham. And of course, like this video, give it a thumbs up if you do go ahead and enjoy it. It really helps this video out, helps the video grow, and all that good stuff. And by the way, check out some Boba merch. I'm not wearing any right now, but I trust you're seeing on screen. I really appreciate it if you guys check that out, and thank you for all those who have. Now, of course, guys, I'm very hyped by this in general. As I said, the first bit you see where it's like, tell me that you feel the connection between us, and then Bruce like, you mean nothing to me. Seen all of this stuff before. I don't necessarily want to go over it again. Apart from that, I love this. Like, the performance that we see between David Mazouz and Cameron Monaghan is something you've all been waiting for years. Whether it would turn out a different way or what, we all knew, or were at least hoping it would come to this kind of point. And it is something to behold. It really, really is. And I will definitely get to that when we get to the actual bit where he's talking about, you're just a joke without a punchline. Man, that line is just beautiful. Love it. Mwah. But already right towards the beginning of the trailer, we see where it says destined to protect. Right after that, we get our first glimpses of the 10-year time jump. Here you can see Batman's kind of gauntlet, if you will. I believe that's the clock tower. Now, I don't actually know what specifically is going on here. Maybe it's Batman going over some blueprints. Maybe he's just trying to prevent something in the 10-year time jump. But either way, you know, we'll be seeing this towards, well, April 25th, right? End game's date, which is interesting. Gotham, very interesting release date. But other than that, he can see Batman using a smoke grenade. This is just a couple of scenes, well, not a couple of scenes, but a couple of seconds before we see the same clip we have seen before of Batman running off into the distance, kind of jumping off like into a cloud of foggy smoke. But that is when Jeremiah hijacks the trailer saying, I want to be the star of the show. Then as usual, we get a recap, but not a massive long recap, which I'm very, very happy with. I think they realized that adding like 5 minutes, well, not 5 minutes, but it made the trailer like 5 minutes. Usually on all of these previous banned trailers of recaps from all the previous seasons was a bit like, but now we're just getting a little recap on Jeremiah's birth into insanity, which I really dig. It's really cool seeing his progression. It is really crazy how much he has changed since season 4, where you can just see him approaching Bruce there, very kind of chilling, Joker-esque. Dark Knight Returns, yeah, I've said that a billion times, and this season his voice has changed. He is more unhinged. Really, in the writer's room, that's just like, we want you to be more Joker compared to what you were like last season, so have a bit of fun with it. But yeah, you know what I mean. That's basically what I think happened. And then in the trailer, we get to the bit right at the end of the latest episode where he kidnaps Alfred, he's talking to him, you know, and the plan kind of starts. So what we see here is a load of fireworks going off. Now, as I said in my latest promo, I'm wondering if these fireworks have anything to do with actually the Ace Chemicals kind of vat chemicals, if you will, because when they explode, they kind of let out this gassy kind of stuff. You could say that's Joker gas, of course, but they're not exactly like laughing to death. It's more like the inside of their mouths are like burning from like some sort of acidic result. That's why I say Ace Chemicals, but either way, it's not massively important, the nitty gritty details of that. What I would say is this, you could argue is a proto-Joker gas for Jeremiah before he becomes the Joker, or Jay, if you will, in Gotham. Now, this is where we see Bruce, couldn't get any more predictable than this, running into the arms of Mr. J himself, because Alfred was captured, and of course he is fallen into the trap, and there are his parents. Now, just judging by the way Alfred is acting, now when I first saw this, I thought, okay, he wasn't actually being serious. I thought he was kind of just being forced to like do what Jeremiah says, but he does on second glance look like he is being enthusiastic, like he is mind controlled. So I'm wondering, like a lot of people have already pointed out, that Jervis Tetch may have hypnotized Alfred. That's why he is doing what Mr. J tells him. As I said, at first I thought he was only doing what Jeremiah wanted, because otherwise he would kill those two people who are pretending to be Bruce's parents. Well, not pretending, I'm guessing that they're hypnotized as well. My theory with that is that they're just normal people who've been hypnotized and forced to have plastic surgery to be Bruce Wayne's parents. Either that, you could say they're clones, but that is quite ambitious. But either way, he's created Bruce's parents somehow, so that's all that matters. And as Jeremiah says himself, like, chop chop, we're on a very tight schedule. He wants Bruce to experience that night all over again, you know, witness his parents die, and that's why we see the Mask of Zorro kind of thing in this trailer, and from the promo photos I went over in my other promo breakdown. So many Gotham videos at the minute, it's crazy. But yeah, essentially, he wants Bruce to go through it again, and man, you just really have to, I was about to say really appreciate how twisted that is, but I don't know if that's the right way to put it. Now you may be wondering, what does his big day or tight schedule entail, Boba? Well, that is, I'm guessing, breakfast in the morning with Bruce Wayne's parents, or maybe lunch before they went to the theater to go see The Mask of Zorro and all of that. So you got the pearl necklace there. I'm guessing being put on by Alfred on Martha Wayne's neck, shall we say. We do get glimpses of Crime Alley, I believe, of when he is about to shoot them. I'll talk about that in a second. Obviously, Bruce running towards them, I think he's trying to stop that from happening, and the reason why I said I'll talk about it in a second is just because we see Jeremiah Valeska in the Mark of Madness, which is just absolutely hilarious. I just feel like this is set before Crime Alley, because as we know, Thomas and Martha Wayne left the theater because of Bruce was a bit scared and then went to Crime Alley, so it only makes sense for me that Jeremiah's plan would be this first and then the Crime Alley stuff. You have to wait and see, I guess, but we do actually see Bruce's parents, I believe, sat in the audience of this actual play, or should I say what old kind of film that Jeremiah has come up with. So yeah, I'm guessing that the editor in this trailer has just put it back to forth. So if I had to bet, you will see this first in the episode, and then you'll see them going into Crime Alley, and then I'm guessing that Jeremiah may indeed shoot them because we see him run off into Ace Chemicals. And I think that would be the right decision. I know that's really twisted, but you know, having a copy of like people who look like Bruce Wayne's parents walking around, it wouldn't really work. I don't know. Bottom line for the story, it'd be a lot better if he did that, and then like imagine how horrible and how much hate Bruce will have for you know, Jeremiah there after it, literally witnessing, even though they're not his parents, but it is watching two people get murdered after your parents got murdered in the past who look exactly like your parents. You really, as I said, have to appreciate how messed up that is. So Jeremiah, in terms of your plans, this is probably your best diabolical one. Now I love the line that Jeremiah says that if I can't have you for a brother, then I guess we're gonna have to be bonded by hatred. So this fuels what I just said even more, that he does end up shooting them. As we know, this whole season, or Jeremiah's whole thing, has been about getting Bruce as a brother, showing his love and affection, showing like that he wants him to be his best friend. They are connected, right? But now he's just thinking, after all of this, he's still not my friend. Well, screw it. I'm still obsessed with you, but I want us to be bonded by hatred, which, you know, definitely like is more than acceptable, and I'm very happy with that because Bruce like hates the Joker. You could argue this in terms of what we're seeing here. Jeremiah kind of loves that, but also he'll never kill him if you apply the Batman's no killing rule. So he'll always forge, like, this is kind of the foundation of that forged relationship between Batman and the Joker, but also it ties in that Bruce Wayne element for Jay one day as well. So you could argue in the future, as I've mentioned a billion times before, the Joker also, you know, sometimes goes after Bruce Wayne, so you could still argue a bit of that, but maybe in Gotham's universe anyway, this Joker, shall we say, when he becomes Mr. J in the 10-year time jump and all of that good stuff, knows Bruce Wayne is Batman, and in fact he loves it because he has fulfilled the kind of transformation he set out with Ra's al Ghul to transform him into the next thing. If you remember, I think it was even in this trailer earlier on, he wanted to forge him into something else. I can't remember the exact line, but you kind of get what I mean. And I think maybe in the 10-year time jump, if Jay sees the Batman, he will be absolutely ecstatic. And I'm hoping that he knows it's Bruce, for example, because that would be fulfilled for him. But guys, as I mentioned yesterday in my promo breakdown, it's the same shot here. We see Jeremiah, whatever way you want to put it, running into Ace Chemicals. Love this shot. And that is where it all begins, guys. The birth, as they put it in this trailer. We see Jay, I need to stop saying that because he's not Jay yet. Jeremiah running towards Bruce with his knife. As I said, stuff we've all seen before. Good stuff. We see Bruce run towards him. They start tackling. They start fighting. But the extra bit we get, guys, is that line from Jeremiah. And I really do love it. It's a perfect line. It's a perfect, like, the way this scene is. Like, this is, was there one shot, like, for that definitive moment in Gotham? Jeremiah falling into the chemical vat and all that good stuff. You have to get it perfect. And I feel like they did. He says, like, I'm the answer to your life's question. Like, without me, you're just a joke, without like the punchline. You can see that crazy unhinged look in Cameron Monaghan's performance and in Jeremiah's face, that like it's this obsession this upsetness almost with Bruce, but craziness. And then you even see delight when he looks at the chemical pit at the same time as it illuminates his face green. It's just, man, like, this is the stuff we all live for with Gotham, like, truly. But when we hear him say, like, without me, you're just a joke and all of that stuff, I just want to say one thing. Look at that rail, guys. Look at that rail that Bruce is being punched up against. It doesn't seem to be in line with all the other rails. I wonder if Bruce manages to get the upper hand, swap the exact same position they're in now around. Maybe Jeremiah might fall in. Maybe it won't be that way. Maybe he would just fall in through getting thrown at it. We're gonna have to wait and see, but I'm telling you now, that rail, guys, keep an eye on that rail. But everyone, if you paid close attention to the bit just after this, there's a load of clips that flash by very, very fast. So we see Jervis Tetch talking to Jim Gordon in Ace Chemicals. Right there, he's tied up to a post. We saw this in the promo photos with Lee. You can actually see a little bit of Echo there. We also see Echo going a bit crazy by the looks of it. I don't know what she's got in her hand there. Is that a knife? Is that a whip? Is that a what? I don't even know, but looking forward to more Francesca Rue Dodson. I believe that this moment here where we see Bruce and Alfred running through the tunnel, you know, where he's like, let's dig a little deeper, shall we? You know, that's when they're running out of Wayne Manor as it's blowing up. As I said, would be pretty cool if somehow Bruce transformed this or like renovated it into like a Batmobile tunnel. This is where we see the poor bloke's chest who kind of was a victim of Jeremiah's little Zorro play. I believe when Bruce screams here, this might be when Thomas and Martha Wayne lookalikes are getting killed. Now, I don't know who this is. That just looks like Riddler. I don't know. It just looks so random to put that in this Jeremiah Green Man trailer, so I don't really know in terms of that, but anyway, this is probably the bomb that is going off, you know, in Wayne Manor. Well, the shot after it is that. And then, guys, at the very end of the trailer, after the actual Gotham title, we get even more clips of them fighting. As I said in yesterday's promo, we got this same shot here of like underneath the vat. Such a cool shot. I really, really like that. But this is what I meant earlier with the green kind of lighting up Jeremiah's face. As I said, we've seen bits of this before. I can't count how many times I've said that. We've actually seen this knife go into the chemical pit before, but we haven't seen this shot where he's looking at his doom. Well, not necessarily his doom, but as he looks at it, he's just got this smile on his face, like he loves that chemical pit. And little does he know that he's got to probably end up being in it. And if you think that's a spoiler, then I guess fair enough, but it's so obvious. It really is. But other than that, guys, that is honestly the trailer. Now, this may seem like, oh, Boba, you don't seem mega excited. I did actually get a comment like that yesterday on my promo. I did upload 3 videos yesterday, by the way. But, you know, you may think I didn't say too many things about this trailer. If you think I missed something out, let me know down in the comments below. It's just that I feel like this is a lot of recycled footage. You know, minus the Thomas Wayne and Martha stuff, but I feel like I have been talking about this quite a few times before. But there was definitely some new stuff in there, and don't get me wrong, I am very excited for this episode. I can guarantee practically this will probably be in your top 3 episodes of Gotham. It might even be your number 1. The time jump is going to be very good, of course, but, you know, this is your moment to see Jeremiah get transformed into Jay. At least, well, you won't really see the results of that till the time jump. You might get teased with a little bit of it. But yeah, you're going to have to wait till episode 12 to see the full results, obviously. Now, as I said at the beginning of this video, I would seriously recommend saving that result until the time jump instead of looking at the leak. I just think of what Cameron Monaghan would want you to do, if that helps. I'm sure if you had a conversation with him, he'd be like, yeah, don't look at it. So if you do, feel guilty. I don't know what else to say. Other than that, everyone, like this video if you did enjoy it. I've been uploading so much, so please hit that like button. It really does show support for the channel. Subscribe if you're brand new, especially if you got this far. As always, links are in the description down below to my social media if you want to stay a little bit more up to date with me personally, like Instagram, Twitter, and all that good stuff. Patreon is down there as well. You get rewards for helping pledge to the channel and help support me, as well as my merch. It's good stuff, and as I said, it helps support the channel, so thank you guys if you check out my Teespring. But that is everything. So I guess I will see you guys next week, because I don't normally upload Sundays. Might be a live stream tomorrow. You never know. But thank you so much, Gothamites, for watching. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. I don't know what I was doing now.